time of our lives, we were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you say sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes, their memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you say sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you say sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. I thought I told you he'd be home soon. Couldn't help myself, you're too good to be true. I fall short each time. Every time you leave, you and your charm creep closer, closer than me, like a fool to fire. I fall with my pride and door, like a bomb before explosion, sticking by your call. You're the wiser one. The sky.
This spark into a flame, but damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keeps shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. Then King George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free, so there will be a revolution in this century. Enter me.
He says in parentheses.
Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually you'll see my ascendancy, and I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream of life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy. How you say? How you say? Oh, anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shot.
Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads and local parentis. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gon' take a shot.
And but we'll never be truly free until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. You and I do or die. Wait till I sally in on a stallion with the first black battalion. Have another shot.
Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds of God to put us all in one spot? Pop in a squad of conventional wisdom like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Oh, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot.
There's nothing rich folks love more than going downtown and slumming it with the poor. They pull up in their carriages and gawk at the students in the common just to watch them talk. Take Philip Schuyler, the man is...
You're free to go, but New York, work.
It's bad enough that he wants to go to war.
People shouting in the square.
It's bad enough there'll be violence on our shore.
New ideas in the air. Look around, look around. Angelica, remind me what we're looking for. She's looking for me. Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. Whoa, 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 work.
Ooh, there's nothing like summer in the city. Someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money. While you slumming in the city in your fancy heels, you searching for an urchin who can give you ideals.
Sir, you disgust me.
Ah, so you disgust me. I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'ma compel him to include women in the sequel. Work! Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. 'Cause I'm the crown. Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So let's say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. Angelica, Eliza,
And Peggy.
the Schuyler sisters. We're looking for a mind at work. Hey,
From the birthplace. From the birthplace of radio's greatest era, live from New York, it's Radio Night Live with Kevin McCullough. Wait, who?
Kevin McCullough, let me start with you.
Huh?
The big dog, Kevin McCullough.
I'm Kevin McCullough.
No, who?
Nationally syndicated radio host and author of No He Can't.
Who? Kevin McCullough?
Kevin McCullough is a nationally syndicated radio host and author of No He Can't.
What?
Barack Obama's Dismantling Hope and Change and CEO of Extreme Media.
Oh.
Well, we couldn't be happier than to have you with us, but I've got to pick a fight with the governor of California and his leading congressional representative, Gavin Newsom. Nancy Pelosi said what? And tonight in the Ladies Lounge, Shannon Bream will be with us. It's going to be a very cool night all the way around at Radio Night Live. Welcome to Saturday. Kevin McCullough, couldn't be happier than to have you with us. It is my joy on Saturday nights to do one more radio show for the week. I've already done 15 hours of radio this week. But when I get to be with you on Saturday nights, it's kind of like where I can let my hair down. Because, I have so much to let down. That being said, I am pretty pumped about tonight. Let's go to the big board real quick, Nick. We've got a very problematic thing going on in California, and I'm actually not shocked. I'm disgusted. I want to puke my guts out at what the governor of California is now engaged in. I'll tell you about it momentarily. We'll take your calls. Am I overreacting? Is it just me imagining things, or is this really as sick as it sounds to me? We'll talk about it. Nancy Pelosi a little bit later on. She's just taken to straight up now lying to the people that she's talking about. We'll get into her story a little bit later. Also, as I made mention, Shannon Bream is going to be with us in the Ladies Lounge tonight. Now, this is Shannon's new book, Finding the Bright Side: The Art of Chasing What Matters. If you have ever paid attention to Shannon Bream for half a millisecond, which is pretty quick, you come away with this incredible, positive, happy feeling that she's got to be one of the most well-adjusted people on planet Earth. I've never heard her speak, not even an angry word, not even a terse word, not even a word the slightest bit out of modicum. Like, she's always so genuinely good. When I read this book, her kind of memoirs of some of the stuff that's gone on in her life, you will be shocked with what she has survived to have that kind of attitude, and you'll be hard pressed to find anybody in the entire news business that doesn't speak very highly of Shannon Bream. So Shannon, our special guest in the Ladies Lounge tonight, and we're looking forward to having her in hour number 2. But I want to give you some good news. So last week and the week before, we brought your attention to what our spring cause has been. I tell you that I do not feel that I can honestly do what I do, have the platform that I have, talk to as many people during the week on as many radio stations, many television outlets, etc., as I do, and not feel like that I've just been immensely blessed in my life. And that is true because I don't deserve anything I've got going on. But by God's good grace, He's allowed me to do what I get to do for a living. So, having said that, I made a kind of a promise to God a long time ago that since He's been so good to me, I want to be good back to Him. And so we've been telling you about our spring initiative. We do one in the spring. We do one at Christmas time, because I want to use the platform to give back on some level. I want to use the platform to make a difference in the world. And I was a little bit, so last week we had Joel Vanderspeck on, and we were talking about the slaves in Sudan that were trying to get liberated. And I got a phone message from someone that was very upset with me. He's like, I can't believe that you're focusing on setting slaves free in Sudan when there's veterans and homeless and stuff here in America that's important. And I said, well, I agree with that. Those things are important, but they, to me, have other people that are tending to their needs. There are other ones that are waving the flag and saying, hey, let's help our homeless people in New York City or in Chicago or Philadelphia or Detroit. There's government offices, there's private organizations, there's all kinds of people. Same thing with our veterans, same thing with any number of issues here at home. But the people that I have been trying to help, that we as a listening community have been trying to help for the last couple of years, are people that have no one championing their cause. So I have. Do we have the update graphic, Nick? This is where we're at as of last week. With those of you that responded to the stories that Joel told as he just got back from Sudan, of the 82 lives that we are rescuing, we're literally setting them free from human slavery in northern Sudan. They're getting to go home to South Sudan, be with their family. We have now rescued 44 human beings. They will get to be liberated this summer. This is a liberation that's upcoming. That means we only have 38 left to go before that liberation. So I need you to, if you've not yet done it, but you're intending to, and you're saying, well, I want to see if it's going to work or not, I need you to pick up the phone tonight and dial 888-342-1010. If you do that, if you're willing to give $25 a month for just 10 months, or $50 a month for 5 months, or make a one-time contribution of $250, you're gonna liberate one life. If I had 38 people that would be willing to do that tonight, any one of those combinations, we would rescue all of them that are yet on the list that Christian Solidarity International, our partner in this endeavor, have told us that we can liberate by this summer. So far, those of you that are part of Radio Night Live on Saturday evenings over the last 2 years have helped to liberate nearly 300 human beings. 300 human beings have gone from abject slavery to having their life, to having their future, to having their families reunited, all kinds of things coming back together for them. You have helped make that happen. This radio audience, not anybody else, this one right here on Saturday nights, Radio Night Live. So I'm just deeply grateful. We are closing in on that 300th slave freed, and if we hit our goal for this opportunity here in the spring, we will go over that 300 mark. But again, the number is 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. And if you'd like to give online, I'll put the website back on the screen with that same graphic, csi-usa.org. At the bottom of the page, you'll see a big picture of me. Click on the donate button that's right next to it. You can give right away and help us. Just pick off. There's 38 yet to go in this liberation cause. Would you be willing to help with one of them tonight? $250, 5 months at $50, 10 months at $25, or a one-time gift of $250, or maybe 2 months at $125. Whatever your family can do. I'm grateful. My staff often gives to this cause. That is true in this campaign. My family has sat down and discussed it. We're going to try to do our best to help liberate more than one family. We have done that in every campaign that we've done so far. So this is not something I'm asking you to do that we're not personally invested in here at Radio Night Live. But 888-342-1010, only 38 slaves yet to liberate. If you can help us tonight, one slave being set free, their life is completely changed. I'll tell you more about it as we go along. 888-342-1010 or csi-usa.org. Click on the button down by my picture at the bottom of that page, and we'll get to it. All right, so today in California, Gavin Newsom, the gruesome governor, Gavin Newsom, he was the mayor of San Francisco. Then he ran for governor, and since they were term locked or whatever with Jerry Brown, or Jerry Brown decided not to run again, those of you living in California tonight, you can correct me. I'm going to open up the phone lines, 888-340-3373. But I don't even know if all of Californians know what the governor decided to announce. As of yesterday, and this guy's always been, as far as I'm concerned, someone who lives in New York on the other side of the country, I've always looked at this guy and said, hey, he's some sort of moron. He just seems to totally not get it, tries to go against common sense on almost everything he does. For instance, as the governor, he has got a state that is nearing bankruptcy. They are as a state, just as a state, they are 1.3 trillion in debt. 1.3 trillion in debt. Okay, so he's creeping towards the cliff of financial bankruptcy with the state anyway. So naturally, of course, then what he's going to do is invite a whole bunch of people that he can't track who they are or where they're from or what they want, and let them in and give them all the state services, right? That's going to work. Nothing says you're doing a great job, Governor, like when you're 1.3 trillion in debt, just saying, come on in, every illegal immigrant that wants to be here, every person from every part of the globe, because we're not going to check. We're a sanctuary state. We're not going to ask for ID. We're not going to do anything. But that's not the worst of it. He's not just a moron when it comes to finances. He is a morally bankrupt soul. He is a morally bankrupt human being. And what he decided to enter into in the last 24 hours, I think should be an embarrassment to every Californian living. And I will explain in detail what that is when we come back from this first break. Because when I read this, the hairs on the back of my neck and on my arms stood on end. When you're such a doofus that you don't understand the difference between actual good and evil, or maybe you're choosing to not make that difference, then we've got real problems. Anyway, that's coming right back. We're live, Radio Night Live. Stay with us.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America one life at a time.
Every time you turn around, there's a new ad on the TV set. Bad drug, call this lawyer. Are you on this, that, or the other? And it's all the stuff they're promoting the year before. I've got stomach issues, regular arthritis people have my age, and I wanted to get better, you know. Anything I can do that's healthy, that's natural, it makes sense. Tell Dr. Howard I really, really appreciate he made this stuff, because I'll tell you, it really makes a big difference. Everything seems to be better.
From now until May 10th, receive a 15% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. And just in time for Mother's Day, receive an extra $10 off any additional set of fruits and veggies you purchase. This offer will end on May 10th, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
Because they're not natural and they have too much caffeine and sugar and carbs in them for you to stay healthy. Well, what if I told you that a brand new one out that's loaded up with more absorbable CoQ10 and is caffeine-free, sugar-free, and carb-free? It's good for your joints. It's great for your heart. It'll hydrate you and energize you, or as we like to say, CoQ10ergize. Best of all, I've got a free sample waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go to this website, kmcfree.com. That's kmcfree.com. The first 100 people that go will get a free sample, all to their own, with free shipping included. kmcfree.com. CoQ10ergy. Hydrate and CoQ10ergize the healthy way. More absorbable CoQ10, caffeine, sugar, and carb-free. And it's free to you. kmcfree.com.
Breakthrough, starring Chrissy Metz.
This is our town. It's a close-knit community, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone.
Text your mom and tell her where to pick you up.
Love you guys.
This Easter.
Boys, get off the ice!
He's been underwater for 15 minutes.
No one can survive that long.
We got him!
The odds were against her son.
We've done everything possible. He's had no pulse for over an hour.
Until his mother's prayer.
Please, God, Xander, Holy Spirit, to save my son.
Proved the impossible.
We've got a pulse!
Now,
I don't believe John will survive the night.
You don't know my son. He is a fighter. So I need you to be the best, and you just let God do the rest.
Discover the incredible true story.
I'm your pastor. I'm supposed to walk alongside you for as long as it takes.
Of an extraordinary miracle.
Whatever you have for me or my son, I surrender.
Breakthrough. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters. For tickets and showtimes, go to BreakthroughMovie.com.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Did you know that if you do not currently have health insurance between now and December 15th, you've been given an opportunity to do something really powerful? That is to pick the best priced health insurance your family can afford, and to do so according to your budget. Now, you may be thinking, since Obamacare's penalty was done away with in the mandate, that there's no reason to shop your health insurance concerns. But friends, there are. You're likely paying for coverage you don't need, and how will you know unless you have it evaluated? That's where my friend Petru Amare at getbenefits.info will come in very handy, because you won't pay him a dime, but he will check your health insurance coverage and let you know if you can do just as well for less money. Contact him today. Getbenefits.info. That's getbenefits.info. Getbenefits.info. or call them at 312-588-9443. That's 312-588-9443.
Of all the boys, of all the boys, of all the boys, of all the boys.
All right, coming up in hour number 2, Shannon Bream will be with us. The name of the book, Finding the Bright Side, The Art of Chasing What Matters. It's going to be a great conversation. One of the world's most universally loved figures in journalism. I hope that you'll be with us for that. In the Ladies' Lounge tonight, Calvin McCullough is my name. We couldn't be happier than to have you with us every Saturday night, whether you're listening by way of radio, you're streaming us online, you're watching us on Biz TV, you're catching us however you catch us, maybe via podcast a few hours or a day or so later. And by the way, more and more of you are using the podcast, whether you're listening to the show the second time or whatever, I'm not sure. But thank you for those of you. Tens of thousands a month are downloading the podcast, and we're grateful. So Gavin Newsom, I was thumbing through the headlines today, and there's a lot to talk about. I mean, the Virginia shooting is still on everybody's minds, but I think the authorities and the families and the people of that community just really have a right to kind of mourn and figure out what they need to do there. I really just, like, I don't know, causes a repulsion within me when both sides start saying, oh, it's all the guns' fault. No, it's, the guns can't do anything wrong, and why are you trying to take away the Second Amendment? Like, that conversation is so predictable after one of these things occurs, and both sides need to say to themselves and to the other people that may be involved, let's just pursue truth and let truth lead us there. But I'm not here to preach a sermon at Virginia tonight, so we're gonna let them deal and mourn and be. But this just got me just totally fired up, because Gavin Newsom did his best to run the city of San Francisco into the ground. What was a great city just a few years ago now has to have internet apps for your smartphone to tell you where the poop and the pee are on the sidewalks, so that you know which streets not to walk down. That's how bad San Francisco has gotten. But not only that, they're $1.3 trillion in debt, and in light of that, he's said, well, we're going to be a sanctuary state, and we're not going to check on who's here, so we're not working with the Federal Terrorism Task Force in several of the California cities anymore, and we don't have the money to pay our bills now, so let's just put a whole bunch of more free people on the dole. You've got hospitals going out of business, you've got public school systems going out of business, you've got problems throughout this state. So what does Gavin Newsom, and he's a fairly new governor, he's just in for a few months, what does he choose to then align himself with yesterday? Well, according to CBS Sacramento, he decided to, with the governors of Oregon and Washington, make a public announcement that women who are seeking abortion anywhere else in the country can come to California. They are welcomed in California. There's an implication that he may even want to use tax dollars to help them achieve the abortions that they are seeking elsewhere but not able to get. And of course, this is the continuation of the long line of all of the drastic responses to the Kavanaugh confirmation. We got one justice on the Supreme Court that's in the majority for what looks like a textualist or an originalist viewpoint on the court. And you have had New York, Virginia, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Washington State, Oregon State, California, and many others now say, okay, we're going to get really extreme with what we're going to allow. The state of California, of course, famously, the Assembly had the governor sign the bill in the dead of night, and then there was a standing ovation in the Assembly Hall that they could now perform infanticide in New York State. That became law earlier this year. This is a really pathetic and sad and evil time. But Gavin Newsom decided that with his state facing the problems that they have, that it would be in the state's best interest, because as the governor, his job is to do that, right? As the governor, his job is to look out for the welfare of the people that he's governing. Serving is a better word. But so this is where he goes. Women that can't get abortions in red states, neighboring red states in the days to come, he's going to welcome them and put them on the dole in California. Now, those of you in California, I would love to hear from you. 888-340-3373. Does this gubernatorial priority that he is expressing, does this reflect your heartbeat as the people of the state of California? Do you want California to be all about the killing of the children? Saw one feminist on Twitter this week saying something about, the reason, it was Kristen Gillibrand. The reason that we have to keep abortion legal in America is because it needs to be safe. And I said, well, none of the children ever involved in the procedure ever think it's safe. So what are we exactly talking about here? And then I had some moron come after me and say, well, what are the children even doing at the hospital? They shouldn't even be near the operating room. I'm like, okay, you're too far gone to even explain this. No, the children involved in the procedure, dum-dum, they die 100% of the time, or at least very close to 100% of the time in the abortion procedure. The few that do escape and make it through, I think those kids deserve life. They have a right to live. They certainly fought for it hard enough. But if you're from California tonight, 888-340-3373, I want to know, does the governor's position of wanting to welcome in women to have abortions on California's tax dime, does that reflect your position as California voters? Is that what you want your state to be known for? Come here to kill your kids. Welcome to California, the republic of red rivers of blood from the abortion clinics that America would not take elsewhere. I mean, there's all kinds of slogans that he can probably whip into a public service campaign. I'm not really interested in helping him with that. But I want to know if that's your feeling as Californians. Now, for the rest of the country, am I being too extreme on this? Is he really just doing a good deed for women that are really hard up and they can't, they're going to be out of options if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade? Is Kevin being too tightly wound about this? 888-340-3373. 888-340-3373. Take your call. Very interested in your thought, because I will admit I'm kind of right wing on this. I don't want to spend a dime of taxpayer dollars killing kids. I don't think that's a good investment of tax dollars. And I think it's morally repugnant. I don't think that you should be allowed to snuff out a life of a child just because you're being inconvenienced by that child's presence. 888-340-3373. I've got phone lines open, 888-340-3373. So if you're from California, what I want to know, does the governor speak for you? Does your governor speak for you tonight? You're watching on Biz TV, you're listening to us on radio stations in the state of California. I want to know, does your governor speak for you? Everywhere else in America, what I want to know is this something that the rest of the country should even weigh in on? Is it something we should even have any say about? Am I being a lunatic for even mentioning it? Because I already know what some of the reaction on Twitter has been, and I'm just curious your thoughts. 888-340-3373, 888-340-3373, 888-340-3373. All phone lines open right now. Taking your calls live from New York. Kevin McCullough. Want to have some good conversation. And at the top of the hour, Shannon Bream stops by the Ladies Lounge. It's going to be a great hour. Hope you'll stay with us. Hi, Kevin McCullough with great news from MyPillow. Right now, the most unbelievable offer to get you in a completely new sleep system at the lowest price possible. It's the bed topper from MyPillow, new and improved with patent-pending material that helps keep your body in Delta sleep, and the same great internal fill that helps your body stay as still and as restful as possible. But not only that, when you buy the bed topper from the MyPillow people right now, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows free. In addition, Call right now, 800-506-2641, and use promo code KMC. You'll get 30% off the topper, and you'll get the 2 free pillows. That's 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, and get the bed topper with 2 standard MyPillows free. That's 1-800-506-2641, and use the promo code KMC. 800-506-2641.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
I think I told you I did physical labor basically my whole life, and I know that had to take a toll. I don't know, maybe there's a little arthritis in there or weakening of the knees. I tell you, the pills, I don't want to say I'm pain-free, but it's not uncomfortable at all anymore. I really notice a difference. I do. And the pills are, they're a piece of cake to take. I did throw 6 of them in my mouth, take a half a glass of water, whatever, and down they go.
From now until May 10th, receive a 15% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. And just in time for Mother's Day, receive an extra $10 off any additional set of fruits and veggies you purchase. This offer will end on May 10th, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. What do you do for the 2 o'clock lull? You know that one part of the afternoon where you just feel like you're dragging and you need a little pick-me-up, but you don't want to put harmful energy drinks in your body because they're not natural and they have too much caffeine and sugar and carbs in them for you to stay healthy? Well, what if I told you that there's a brand new one out that's loaded up with more absorbable CoQ10 and is caffeine-free, sugar-free, and carb-free. It's good for your joints. It's great for your heart. It'll hydrate you and energize you, or as we like to say, CoQ10ergize. Best of all, I've got a free sample waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go to this website, kmcfree.com. That's kmcfree.com. The first 100 people that go will get a free sample all to their own with free shipping included. kmcfree.com. CoQ10ergy. Hydrate and CoQ10ergize the healthy way. More absorbable CoQ10, caffeine, sugar, and carb-free. And it's free to you.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Did you know that if you do not currently have health insurance between now and December 15th, you've been given an opportunity to do something really powerful? That is to pick the best priced health insurance your family can afford, and to do so according to your budget. Now, you may be thinking, since Obamacare's penalty was done away with in the mandate, that there's no reason to shop your health insurance concerns. But friends, there are. You're likely paying for coverage you don't need. And how will you know unless you have it evaluated? That's where my friend Petru Amare at getbenefits.info will come in very handy. Because you won't pay him a dime, but he will check your health insurance coverage and let you know if you can do just as well for less money. Contact him today. Getbenefits.info. That's getbenefits.info. Getbenefits.info. Or call them at 312-588-9443. That's 312-588-9443. Welcome back, Kevin McCullough. What a beautiful shot of down at Lower Manhattan there. Now, if you're watching on Biz TV or you're online, there are 2 women on your screen right there. Kristen B. Tate, regular contributor to Kevin McCullough Radio on Radio Night Live. She's with us on a regular basis. And Shannon Bream, who's with us tonight. Now, put the card back up there, Nick. So here's the thing. Earlier this week, I got into a conversation with several people who have had the same observation that I have had, which is these 2 ladies have the bluest eyes on planet Earth. And I was asking folks, which one do you think has the bluer of the 2 blue eyes? But it's a real contest. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll ask Shannon about it or not. I did text Kristen and say, you and Shannon. She's like, oh, I just think Shannon's eyes are gorgeous. Thank you for even thinking that I'm in the same league. So I just. But anyway, so we'll take, if you've got an opinion on that, I'll take your poll on who has the bluer eyes, Kristen B. Tate or Shannon Bream. But we're talking about a very serious topic otherwise, and that is the governor of California said this week that he wants California to be a destination travel location. He wants you to plan your trip to California to have your abortion. He entered into an agreement with governors of Oregon and Washington State to make this big proclamation, and he wants everyone to know just how abortion-friendly California is. Now, I'm asking a couple of different questions. If you're inside the state of California tonight, does he speak for you? Does he reflect the idea of the general public of the state in wanting abortion to be being offered to those that are from even outside the state's borders? But if you're not in California, if you're in the rest of the country tonight, what's your reaction to a governor doing this? Am I overreacting? I think it's just evil incarnate. He's got to be the dumbest man on planet Earth, the most ignorant of really what he's asking for, or I think there has to be a portion of him that's a little bit evil, or maybe a lot, because I don't think you can just want to have more abortions happening in your state, particularly if you're a servant of that state. And think about this: they're 1.3 trillion in debt. They're letting illegals come in and flood the state, make it a sanctuary state, and now they want to give away tax-paid abortions for people that are out of state. Who pays for it? Where does it come? Are you going to come to the federal government and ask for a bailout from the rest of the taxpayers of the United States? See, this is where it starts to affect all of us. So I'm just curious your reaction to Governor Gavin Newsom's push here. Let's go to the phones. Line 1, David is watching Biz TV in the Roseville, Sacramento area. David, welcome. Glad you're with us. Hi.
Hi.
What's your thought on this?
Take you off speakerphone.
Yeah, please.
My thought is absolutely not that Governor Newsom does not represent all Californians. Me as well.
Were you surprised that he made this proclamation?
No. After what he did at San Francisco, no. I've lived here all my life, and recently it's I'm ashamed to say that I do live in California, and we're not all representing the left and the way that they think and want to change the world. And this state, we have a lot of conservatives here, and we do want to protect the life of a unborn baby. And for him to go against the will of the people, he did that when he stopped the execution for,
he ended the death penalty.
I'm going off topic
right.
here. Yeah.
But then David, the state then still elected him, though. I mean, so he did what he did to San Francisco, and then the state elected him. See, I think that the good people in California are leaving. My bride is from Southern California, and she's got a ton of friends that over the last 5-10 years, they've all packed up and gone. Her dad, who we thought would never leave California, is thinking about moving out to the East Coast, and he's a lifelong native. This is really quite something to see what is happening to this formerly just tremendous state. And it's a place that holds deep, deep memory for me because we got married there, and a lot of formative portion of our early relationship was made in the Santa Barbara and Ventura area. So I appreciate your call, David. Thank you for being with us tonight. Let's quickly, line 2, Abdul in Sacramento, listening to AM 1380. Hi, Abdul.
How you doing? Thank you for taking my call.
Sure thing. Real quick, what's your thought?
Yeah, I agree with David on every point that this state is totally represented by this governor. Everything he has done, I mean, even from when he was mayor, has just...
Okay, Abdul, we got to take this break. I think I got your point. Thank you for the call. 888-340-3373.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I'm Mark Gastineau. I played in the NFL for 10 years. I was diagnosed with CTE, with dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. The fruits and vegetables that we take from Balance of Nature is the best thing that we could ever do. And I'm calling in now to order extra because my wife has been taking mine because she sees a difference in me. It is a wonderful thing that Balance of Nature is doing. I hear the testimonies on the radio, but I'm a testimony for myself. And the fruits and vegetables, if I don't take them every single day, my day is not going to go the same. So God bless you, and thank you for what you've done for my wife and I.
When you call, use discount code KMC, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
Hi, Kevin McCullough with great news from MyPillow. Right now, the most unbelievable offer to get you in a completely new sleep system at the lowest price possible. It's the bed topper from MyPillow, new and improved with patent-pending material that helps keep your body in Delta sleep, and the same great internal fill that helps your body stay as still and as restful as possible. But not only that, when you buy the bed topper from the MyPillow people right now, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows free. In addition, call right now, 800-506-2641, and use promo code KMC. You'll get 30% off the topper, and you'll get the 2 free pillows. That's 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, and get the bed topper with 2 standard MyPillows free. That's 1-800-506-2641, and use the promo code KMC. 800-506-2641. Hi, Kevin McCullough. Shopping for an engagement ring can be very stressful. You want a unique ring at a great price. The big jewelry stores try to sell you what they have in stock. Others try to upsell you till it's way over your budget. Disappointment inevitably sets in, and you end up settling for a ring that you're not totally satisfied with. Friends, that's why I urge every one of you, my friends, my listeners, even my family, to visit Lord's Diamonds and see my very good friend Anu. You see, Anu is different. She takes great pride in working with her client's budget, finding the right diamond, and creating a unique engagement ring that the bride cherishes forever. There is no comparison. Honesty, integrity, good Christian values. This is what Anu and Lord's Diamonds are all about. It's the height of wedding and engagement season. Don't settle. Buy a ring everyone will admire, and if you mention Kevin McCullough, you're going to get an additional $500 off the price of wedding bands. To set up an appointment, call 212-789-8500. That's 212-789-8500, or online at Lord's Diamonds. Hi, Kevin McCullough with great news from MyPillow. Right now, the most unbelievable offer to get you in a completely new sleep system at the lowest price possible. It's the bed topper from MyPillow, new and improved with patent-pending material that helps keep your body in Delta sleep, and the same great internal fill that helps your body stay as still and as restful as possible. But not only that, when you buy the bed topper from the MyPillow people right now, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows free. In addition, call right now, 800-506-2641, and use promo code KMC. You'll get 30% off the topper, and you'll get the 2 free pillows. That's 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, and get the bed topper with 2 standard MyPillows free. That's 1-800-506-2641, and use the promo code KMC. 800-506-2641. All right, Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us. 888-340-3373, 888-340-3373. That's our phone number. We've got 2 open lines and are willing to take your call. We're talking about Gavin Newsom tonight. We've heard from people inside of California, but I'm curious I'm curious what the rest of the country thinks about it as well, because I know that he believes that he's kind of like California's God, right? Because he was reelected in San Francisco, and of course, that's the, quote, most enlightened place in California. And there's this certain degree of kind of hubris and arrogance that comes with the political left these days. I don't know if you've noticed this, but they think that they are special, more special than almost everybody else. Anybody that's in the room that has a question or says, is this really the best way to go? They kind of look at you, down their nose and kind of judge you, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. I really don't see what the attraction of Gavin Newsom as governor was, other than he just had the
the sign of blessing placed over him by Jerry Brown, who I guess he could be governor as many times as he wanted to. I've never understood. I've never understood a state that has so many resources, so much beauty, such great weather, such tremendous real estate, so many obvious good things, and how it can be run into the ground so badly. But it really is a state that's in quite disrepair right now. They're in quite a state of peril. We were talking with Abdul just before the break, and he and David, both from California, both from actually the Sacramento area, had kind of the same feeling that they don't like it, but this is the governor that's there, and there's nothing that can be done to stop him. So what that's going to do eventually is begin to have an impact on the rest of the country. There's going to be an increased dependency upon the rest of the country for one of two things. Either there's going to be a ton of people leaving, and they want to go somewhere else to live where they don't have the problems that California has, or California, and maybe both of these happen, or California goes to the federal government and says, hey, we be broke. We not be woke, we be broke. Because $1.3 trillion in debt, fifth largest economy on planet Earth. I think it's the fifth largest economy on planet Earth. If it was its own nation, it would rank higher than most of the nations of the world. But you've got a number of people that are saying, we can't deal with this anymore. We've got to get out of here. There is absolutely no reason why we should continue to stay and put up with the dysfunction and the malfeasance that is occurring. 888-340-3373, 888-340-3373. So the question is very simple. How do you respond? If you're a Californian, does he speak for you? If he doesn't speak for you, are you willing to do what it takes to get him tossed out? And for the rest of the country, to what degree do we even have an obligation to California anymore? They obviously don't want to be part of the Joint Terrorism Task Force, which is the post 9/11 program that Bernie Kerik came up with the Bush administration to try to coordinate efforts between local police and federal terrorism fighting forces. That is a very, very kind of key component to keeping cities safe. Well, San Francisco, Los Angeles, numbers of other cities within the state of California have now decided to jettison that opportunity. So what we're dealing with is a very, very problematic scenario for the safety of people that live in California. Now, when you add to that, people are coming over the border as fast as they can. There's no vetting who they are. We're not asking for IDs. We're not asking for much of anything. They've been told they have sanctuary in the entire state, not just a sanctuary city, not just in San Francisco, the entire state now offering complete sanctuary. So you have people, and this last week, okay, so this week we arrested, just on the final 2 days of the week, 1,000 illegal immigrants trying to get into the U.S. illegally. Of those 1,000, more than 100 of the 1,000 were not from Central America or Mexico. More than 100, about 10% of the people that we arrested in just that one batch were from the continent of Africa. Now, does anybody think that we have the kind of infrastructure or anything being put in place that's really under control? And what does it mean if these people that are coming across can get into California, get into Los Angeles, get into San Francisco, get into their airports, and take a flight to somewhere else? What does it mean to the rest of the country for us to have one state deciding to just write off the reservation and do completely what it wants to do on its own? This is the dilemma that we face. This is the problem that we are up against. 888-340-3373, 888-340-3373. We're going to get your call screened as quickly as we can and the information on my screen as fast as we can so that I can take as many of your calls as we can. Let's go to Sheena in East Hollywood, California on line one. Hello, Sheena. Welcome.
Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Kevin, you wanted to know about Newsom, and I tell you one thing, you're 100% right. He is very arrogant. He makes decisions without asking the people what they want. He has illegals here coming over the border. He went to San Salvador and came back saying that the surfing is wonderful there. I know he went to get illegals there because after that another caravan came. He's inviting people to come and have abortions here. This state, especially Los Angeles, is overcrowded. We can't stand it anymore. And I am from Central America, but I don't like people, I told you this before, that come illegally. They should come the right way. When he came over, and another thing, the death row people that he let go,
right?
He insulted the families. He makes decisions that the people does not want. He thinks he is it. He is just an arrogant man.
Well, and this is the problem, Sheena, I thank you for your call. Thank you so much. This is the problem that I find with the political left in general, that they really have this sense of we know better than you about everything. And there's an unwillingness to listen to anyone who really opposes them in any way. Okay, one line open, 888-340-3373, 1-888-340-3373. Going to take this break, come right back, have a few more minutes for calls before we get into hour number 2. Don't go away.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I was diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and some other issues. Finally, my internist, through a bunch of tests and colonoscopy, I won't bore you with the details, found out that my system doesn't produce enough acid to break food down enough where I get the B12 benefit out of it. So I went on shots once a month, which my wife, who's a nurse, can give me, but I was still pretty lethargic. I was just telling my wife last night, I said, you know what? I feel fantastic. This Balance of Nature really gives me energy beyond anything else I've ever taken.
Use discount code KMC for 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies with free shipping. This offer is going to end between now and February, so act fast. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
Breakthrough, starring Chrissy Metz.
This is our town. It's a close-knit community, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone.
Text your mom and tell her where to pick you up.
Love you guys.
This Easter.
Boys, get off the ice!
He's been underwater for 15 minutes.
No one can survive that long.
We got him!
The odds were against her son.
We've done everything possible. He's had no pulse for over an hour.
Until his mother's prayer.
Please, God, send her Holy Spirit to save my son.
Proved the impossible.
We've got a pulse!
Now,
I don't believe John will survive the night.
You don't know my son. He is a fighter. So I need you to be the best, and you just let God do the rest.
discover the incredible true story.
I'm your pastor. I'm supposed to walk alongside you for as long as it takes.
Of an extraordinary miracle.
Whatever you have for me or my son, I surrender.
Breakthrough. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters. For tickets and showtimes, go to BreakthroughMovie.com.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. What do you do for the 2 o'clock lull? You know that one part of the afternoon where you just feel like you're dragging and you need a little pick-me-up, but you don't want to put harmful energy drinks in your body because they're not natural and they have too much caffeine, sugar, and carbs in them for you to stay healthy? Well, what if I told you that there's a brand new one out that's loaded up with more absorbable CoQ10 and is caffeine-free, sugar-free, and carb-free? It's good for your joints. It's great for your heart. It'll hydrate you and energize you, or as we like to say, CoQ10ergize. Best of all, I've got a free sample waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go to this website, kmcfree.com. That's kmcfree.com. The first 100 people that go will get a free sample, all to their own, with free shipping included. kmcfree.com. CoQ10ergy. Hydrate and CoQ10ergize the healthy way. More absorbable CoQ10, caffeine, sugar, and carb-free. And it's free to you.
watching on Biz TV, that's a live shot of New York's Times Square, the TKTS booth, which is always very active in nights where there's good weather. And Times Square in general is going to be a pretty populated place on any good evening. Thank you for being with us. Kevin McCullough, thrilled to have you alongside on this Saturday. Coming up at the top of the next hour, it is the Ladies Lounge, and this week, Shannon Bream, the host of Fox News at Night. She is the number one show in her day part, and it's an amazing story. Finding the Bright Side is the name of her book. And if you ever met Shannon, if you ever spent any amount of time with her, and I've only got a handful of stories to be able to tell you about my own time with her, but she is one of the gosh darn most bubbly people you will ever meet, and you just cannot get her to not smile. It is really remarkable just how consistently polite and wonderful she is, and that's what the whole news industry thinks of her. Why she wrote this book and the stuff that she talks about on the inside of the book is really powerful. We'll talk about it coming up. All right, let's go back to the phones. We're talking about this invitation from Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, to import people who need abortions into California so that California can take care of them if they can't get them elsewhere. Frank is in Des Moines, Iowa on line 2. Hello, Frank.
Hey, Kevin. Most of the time, it just seems like to me these guys sit around in a room and think up the most outrageous thing they can say just to tick the rest of America off. But I find that these guys, the left and the Never Trumpers, hashtag Never Trumpers, have a lot in common. Being right to them is paramount. They'll let the forest burn down to keep you from taking one tree out, despite the nose on their face, just to be right. You know, I got one of these guys in Iowa, Steve Dace. He probably voted for Hillary. He was willing to let the country go down in flames just to prove he was right, and you guys were going to get the government you deserved because to him being right is paramount. These guys can't institute global warming. They can't institute cap and trade. They can't institute none of their radical agenda if they're wrong. So they got to keep pumping this stuff at you, even if it fails. If California goes down in a sinkhole, Gavin Newsom is going to ride it down to the bottom because he's going to be right.
It's a pretty disheartening observation that you make, Frank. And I know Steve Dace. Steve Dace used to be with Salem Media a long time ago, and he's not on terrestrial radio anymore, I don't believe. I think he's just on the Blaze TV now. But I
argued with Steve Dace in a radio studio, and I told him, I looked at him straight in the face. I said, if you want to sit home, you want to vote down ballot, whatever you want to do, there's two choices. There's Trump or Hillary. One of those two people is going to be sworn in on January 20th, 2017.
Please tell me he didn't vote for Evan McMullin.
I don't know who he voted for, but I said, I'm going to tell you one thing. I said, if you want to vote your conscience, that's fine with you. That's fine with me. But if you want to try to run a campaign to vote everyone else's conscience, I got a problem with that.
Yeah, no, that's well said. And, Frank, it's going to get even worse in 2020. But I think that we've got a little bit of an advantage, and that is that Trump has kept about 87 specific promises so far. All right, Kevin McCullough, hour 2 on the way. Don't go away.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Shopping for an engagement ring can be very stressful. You want a unique ring at a great price. The big jewelry stores try to sell you what they have in stock. Others try to upsell you till it's way over your budget. Disappointment inevitably sets in, and you end up settling for a ring that you're not totally satisfied with. Friends, that's why I urge every one of you, my friends, my listeners, even my family, to visit Lord's Diamonds and see my very good friend Anu. You see, Anu is different. She takes great pride in working with her client's budget, finding the right diamond, and creating a unique engagement ring that the bride cherishes forever. There is no comparison. Honesty, integrity, good Christian values. This is what Anu and Lord's Diamonds are all about. It's the height of wedding and engagement season. Don't settle. Buy a ring everyone will admire, and if you mention Kevin McCullough, you're going to get an additional $500 off the price of wedding bands. To set up an appointment, call 212-789-8500. That's 212-789-8500 or online at...
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a shouldn't brag, but dag, I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, a shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keeps shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. Then King George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in this century. Enter me.
He says in parentheses.
Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy. And I am not thrown away, my shot. I am not thrown away, my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream of life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy, how you say? I use anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shot.
Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got job knuckleheads and local parentis. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gonna take a shot.
But we'll never be truly free until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. You and I do or die. Wait till I sally in on a stallion with the first black battalion. Never another shot.
Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds of God to put us all in one spot? Pop in a squad and conventional wisdom, like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Oh, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot.
There's nothing rich folks love more than going downtown and slumming it with the poor. They pull up in their carriages and gawk at the students in the common just to watch them talk. Take Philip Schuyler, the man is loaded. Uh-oh, but little does he know that his daughters, Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, sneak into the city just to watch all the guys at work.
Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy,
the Schuyler sisters.
Angelica, Peggy, Eliza, work. Daddy said to be home by sundown. Daddy doesn't need to know. Daddy said not to go downtown. Like I said, you're free to go. But look around, the revolution's happening in New York. Angelica, work. It's bad enough Daddy wants to go to war. People shouting in the square. It's bad enough there'll be violence on our shore. New ideas in the air. Look around, Angelica, remind me what we're looking for.
She's looking for me.
Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. Whoa, 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 work.
Ooh, there's nothing like summer in the city. Someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money. While you slumming in the city in your fancy heels, you searching for an urchin who can give you ideals.
Sir, you disgust me.
Ah, so you disgust me. I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'ma compel him to include women in the sequel. Work! Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan and we
birthplace of radio's greatest era. Live from New York, it's Radio Night Live with Kevin McCullough.
Wait, who? Kevin McCullough. Let me start with you.
Huh?
The big dog, Kevin McCullough. And Kevin McCullough.
No. Who?
Nationally syndicated radio host and author of No He Can't.
Who? Kevin McCullough?
Kevin McCullough is a nationally syndicated radio host and author of No He Can't.
What?
Barack Obama's Dismantling Hope and Change and CEO of Extreme Media.
Oh. So glad to have you with us. Welcome to hour number 2. If you missed any of hour number 1, the podcast will be up at iTunes, which will not be doing podcasts much longer, but it's going to be called Apple Podcasts, and then SoundCloud. But this hour, the Ladies Lounge, Shannon Bream's Bright Side is going to be what we're focusing on, and I'm looking forward to that conversation. Welcome into Saturday. We have got a very busy evening still in store for you, and for those of you that are just joining us, thank you. We talked about some very interesting stuff in hour 1. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, really bringing shame and disrepute on that great state. Because he wants to now import abortion. He doesn't have enough people getting abortions on the California taxpayer dime as it is. Now he wants to invite women from all the other states to come there to get their abortion. Kind of a travel destination vacation, I guess. Here, come here to have your abortion. We'll show you the world while we're cleaning out your uterus. I don't know. They have not figured out the slogan for it yet. But how do you market that? I don't really want to know, to be candid. 888-340-3373 is my phone number, and of course, we're always open to taking your calls. I got a couple things I wanted to update you on. Last week, Joel Vanderspeck was with me for the majority of the show, and as you know, we had a little bit of a challenge that was going on. In fact, we said if anybody gave a gift of $2,500 or more towards helping us liberate the slaves, and of course a $2,500 gift would liberate 10 human beings for life. In one gift, $2,500 would liberate 10 human beings. And I said, I'll be glad to take you to dinner. I'll buy you dinner. We'll have dinner together if possible, but I'll pay for your dinner if you're willing to help 10 people find freedom. And just at the end of the show, I got a note from the Christian Solidarity International offices, and they said, Kevin, just before you were done, we had somebody call in that is going to liberate at least 10 people. So thank you for that specific person that made that commitment and is going to do that. And that's part of what we have in the new total. We can put that up on the screen for you. If you've been following us for the last couple of months, you know that we have been trying to get 82 slaves liberated from northern Sudan. These are jihadist slave owners that have taken mostly women and children and have kept them against their will for sometimes dozens of years. But 44 of the 82 have now been liberated and will be going home at some point early this summer. Now, my goal is to make sure we get the other 38 that still remain, that still need to be released. But thank you for getting us more than halfway. Those of you that have helped liberate those 44 thus far, you've changed lives forever. You have radically changed those 44 lives. Those sisters, moms, children, they're going to be able to go home, be reunited with their families in South Sudan. Their only crime, by the way, the only reason they were taken into slavery was because they were Christians. And the jihadist masters in northern Sudan don't like that. They desperately did not want to see these people set free, but they have cattle that are sick and are in need of a vaccine. We're able to supply the vaccine. In exchange for the vaccine, they're willing to let the slave go free. So 44 have been liberated and will be going home in early summer. 38 remain. It costs $250 to liberate one slave. Would you help us? Over the last 2 years, those of you listening and watching on Saturday nights have helped us literally give freedom to nearly 300 people. Close to 300 people is what we're closing in on. And I just have to say thank you for your faithfulness in doing that. You're helping your fellow human beings, but you're particularly helping those who are enslaved and against their will and just don't have any of the same rights or freedoms that we have here. And yet when they are liberated,
besides the abject gratitude that they express, and they say, please tell the people in the United States how much we are grateful. And then they add very quickly, but don't let them forget there are more that have not been freed. That's why we keep at it. That's why we keep doing what we can with Christian Solidarity International. So, and we'll tell more stories, of course, about them as we go through. But 38 is what we have to meet that deadline for the early summer liberation, and I'm hoping that you will help us. $250. You don't have to give it all at once. You can do a two-time gift of $125 a month for the next 2 months. That will take care of it. You could do a commitment gift of $50 a month for the next 5 months. That will get it taken care of. Either one of those will help that person be liberated this summer. This summer, that person will be liberated if you can do $50 a month for 5 months or $125 for 2 months. Would you step up and do that gift right now? If you do, you can set a person free. And then you've had a hand in actually affecting the slave and human trafficking equation that we hear so much about in culture. People are so concerned about it. 888-342-1010 is the number. 888-342-1010. 888-342-1010. 38 slaves to go. CSI-USA.org if you want to give online. My picture's at the bottom of that page. CSI stands for Christian Solidarity International USA.org. CSI-USA.org to give online. Just hit the little donate button next to my mug at the bottom of the homepage there at the CSI website. All right, I want to say, before we get into the Ladies Lounge now, I want to say a big congratulations to 3 specific ladies that I have really come to appreciate. In fact, that we have a picture of them for you here on the screen. Those of you listening by way of radio, you can't see this, but on the screen, left to right, Dana Perino, Harris Faulkner, and Shannon Bream. And here's why I'm saying congratulations. The latest cable ratings came out, and Dana Perino was the @1 cable news show at 2 o'clock on the #1 channel. So I coined a hashtag for her. #1 at 2 on 1. Shannon Bream is the #1 show at 11 p.m. on the Fox News channel, the #1 channel. So congratulations to Shannon, #1 at 11 on 1. And then Harris Faulkner, the lady who's graciously had me on more than anybody else over the last couple of years, she got the word that she was not only #1 in her day part, but for her hour across cable news, she is the #1 thing on television. ESPN, Nickelodeon, the Food Network, there's nothing else that comes close. So these 3 ladies leading the charge, trouncing CNN and MSNBC on a nightly basis, but doing a great job. And I have the pleasure of having either had them on my show or being on all of theirs within recent weeks. And I just wanted to say congratulations. Thanks to all 3 of them for the great work that they do. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the Ladies Lounge. I had a chance to sit down with Shannon Bream this week and take a listen to her heart as I got into understanding what her new book was all about. She is one of the most positive people you will ever meet, and I think that comes across in what we discussed. You know, each day we like to talk about the breaking news as it happens and what it means and, of course, why it matters. But there's often times where I feel really blessed to be able to kind of set the newspaper aside for a second and delve into something a bit deeper and more complex and sometimes much more important, in my own opinion. And that's how I feel about the substance of my next guest's new book. In fact, Britt Hume was raving about it on Twitter just a few days ago, and I knew that I had not seen any of the pre-stuff for this book, which is really weird because everybody on planet Earth sends me their books. But we were able to make this connection. And Shannon Bream of Fox News, who is one of the universally most beloved people in the news industry, you ask anybody in the business what they think of Shannon Bream, and you get resolute, positive feedback. But she's been able to join us. And Shannon, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here today.
Kevin, you are so kind. Thank you.
I've always known that there was a faith component to who you are, and there's certainly a degree of excellence in your work, and there's a lot of things that come through just by the way you present yourself and the way you carry yourself. Dogged determination to good journalism, all of your reporting from the Supreme Court for all the years that Fox had you as the kind of the senior legal analyst. But until, like what Britt said in his tweet, until I got into some of the substance of your book, which I just got yesterday, I had no idea to some degree, what kind of life you had experienced. And I'm just curious, why was it now that you thought particularly was time to kind of drop the curtain and let everyone know kind of the other side of your story?
Well, I'd been posting little tidbits and stories here and there on social media, on Facebook, and one story in particular that I wrote about losing my wedding ring and then, finding it months later and just the joy and the tears of joy and experiencing that. I put the story out there, and people, hundreds of people wrote back and had their own stories, and they so identified with being heartbroken over losing this thing that meant so much to me, and just the joy in rediscovering it. And kind of these stories were coming together, and I was approached about doing a book, and I thought it was going to do something serious, like,
right.
The history of religious freedom or, court battles at the Supreme Court.
But they found these stories a little bit more natural. I can relate to that. Stay with us, Shannon. Coming right back.
Contain 100% fine ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code KMC.
Hi, Kevin McCullough with great news from MyPillow. Right now, the most unbelievable offer to get you in a completely new sleep system at the lowest price possible. It's the bed topper from MyPillow, new and improved with patent-pending material that helps keep your body in Delta sleep, and the same great internal fill that helps your body stay as still and as restful as possible. But not only that, when you buy the bed topper from the MyPillow people right now, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows free. In addition, call right now, 800-506-2641, and use promo code KMC. You'll get 30% off the topper, and you'll get the 2 free pillows. That's 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, and get the bed topper with 2 standard MyPillows free. That's 1-800-506-2641, and use the promo code KMC, 800-506-2641.
Breakthrough, starring Chrissy Metz.
This is our town. It's a close-knit community, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone.
Text your mom and tell her where to pick you up.
Love you guys.
This Easter.
Boys, get off the ice!
He's been underwater for 15 minutes.
No one can survive that long.
We got him!
The odds were against her son.
We've done everything possible. He's had no pulse for over an hour.
Until his mother's prayer.
Please, God, Xander, Holy Spirit, to save my son.
Proved the impossible.
We've got a pulse!
Now,
I don't believe John will survive the night.
You don't know my son. He is a fighter. So I need you to be the best, and you just let God do the rest.
discover the incredible true story.
I'm your pastor. I'm supposed to walk alongside you for as long as it takes.
Of an extraordinary miracle.
Whatever you have for me or my son, I surrender.
Breakthrough. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters. For tickets and showtimes, go to BreakthroughMovie.com.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Did you know that if you do not currently have health insurance between now and December 15th, you've been given an opportunity to do something really powerful? That is to pick the best priced health insurance your family can afford, and to do so according to your budget. Now, you may be thinking, since Obamacare's penalty was done away with in the mandate, that there's no reason to shop your health insurance concerns. But friends, there are. You're likely paying for coverage you don't need, and how will you know unless you have it evaluated? That's where my friend Petru Amare at getbenefits.info will come in very handy, because you won't pay him a dime, but he will check your health insurance coverage and let you know if you can do just as well for less money. Contact him today. Getbenefits.info. That's getbenefits.info. Getbenefits.info. Or call them at 312-588-9443. That's 312-588-9443.
what a little moonlight can do.
So glad you're with us. Kevin McCullough, live from New York on a Saturday night where we have the opportunity to, in the second hour each week, amplify some of those female voices that are in media that I feel like need to be heard. And tonight is no exception. She is the #1 rated host for the 11 p.m. hour on the Fox News Channel. Her book is called Finding the Bright Side. When you actually dig into the substance of this book, it's going to change your life. Shannon, before the break, you were telling us that publishers, you thought you would be writing something on like religious liberties or something like that, and the publishers actually said, no, we want the down-home story, and we want the Shannon Bream life from behind the curtain.
And so I thought, okay, let's do that. I mean, just be open and vulnerable with people about funny things, embarrassing things, hard things. Because I think really if people look and they only know your public persona or what's on Instagram, they think, oh, your life is so great and easy. I don't know that that really helps anybody, but I thought, by being vulnerable and transparent, you can hopefully encourage someone who's in a tough spot, because we're all going to be there at some point.
Yeah. Well, and I want people to get the book. It's called Finding the Bright Side, The Art of Chasing What Matters. Shannon Bream is the author, and of course she's beautifully portrayed on the cover in that kind of classic Fox News blue dress. I tell people, Shannon.
Issue.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So people ask me all the time. They're like, is there some secret room where they keep all those dresses in the same place? I said, I've never seen it, but I think that there actually is such a room that it does actually exist in. Hey, let's talk. I want to get back to the book in a bit, but I want to pick your brain a little bit on what you do for a living, because you've had a very interesting career. You've gone from being a reporter in the field, now you're a host, and you still have all the same passions, you still have all the same expertise. But how has reporting news changed for you going in studio as opposed to on location?
Yeah, it's a little different to not be out there on the campaign trail, sort of like Peter Doocy is for us now, and chasing people around and, doing weeks and weeks in Iowa and different places and not knowing where you're going to eat next or how cold it's going to be, all those kinds of things. It's an adventure out there, and you really can get, with a lot of the candidates, pretty close to them and have conversations. So it's a different kind of access than doing what I do now. So I still try to make a real effort to build relationships with the campaigns and with different people so that you can still break news and find out what they're really about and what their policies are about, that kind of thing. I do still report on the Supreme Court, so I love those days that I'm out there. They make for long days,
right?
But I love it so much in kind of a super nerd way that it makes me really happy.
Yeah, no,
when I
but
can get over there and
you're satisfying all of us super nerds that are loving the fact that the wind's blowing you and you're standing there with the brief and it's like 400 pages long and you're like on page 12 and you're like, but so-and-so argued this and that's why it matters. And like,
I know.
It's really,
I love it. It's probably, the most fun that I have. It's definitely a little bit of an adrenaline rush.
Yeah. No, and you're good at it. Talk to us a little bit about, for people that don't know much about your background, where did you come from before Fox News?
Well, I was a lawyer, and I knew, somebody asked me this morning about, when did you know you didn't always want to be a lawyer? And I was like, in law school, just keeping it honest. I mean, I really felt like there were things about the law I loved and really enjoyed, and that's why I was studying it, but I didn't want to be a lawyer and practice for the rest of my life. I saw how miserable some of my coworkers were who'd become partners, and I thought, yikes, you really got to love this because it's all-consuming. And I thought, if I'm going to do something all-consuming, I really should be doing what I love. And I've always been a news junkie. So, I mean, at the ripe old age of like 28, 29, I decided to intern at a local TV station, and so I would practice law during the day. And then nights and weekends, any reporter or producer, anybody who would let me go along with them, I interned at the station. And listen, I'd make coffee and answer the phones and do whatever they needed me to do and just kind of pick up things along the way. And then I suddenly announced to my boss at the TV station, well, I'm going to quit my law firm. And he's like, no one here's offered you a job. But I was like, well, just a technicality. I'm just taking a leap of faith. And that was kind of my first foray. I had a 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. assignment. And I would write scripts for the morning anchors and work the teleprompter and just kind of learned everything from the ground up.
Well, I love that because in my in just what I do with radio mostly, as long as I've been doing it, there's a lot of kids that look at you and go, "Oh, wow, what do you do? And how can I do what you do?" And I'm like, well, it's the better you know it from the inside out, from every position that it takes to pull it off, the more likely. But
it wasn't like you necessarily probably, and I'm speaking a little bit out of school here, but I'm pretty sure that there are young people that look at someone with your past resume and would say, but you were a beauty pageant winner, you were a gifted communicator, you had all this stuff, you still had to go do the internship. Like, speak to that for a second.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's the best thing in the world that can happen to you, because you do learn how to do everything on your own, which I think is fantastic in any business. Like you said, in radio, you need to know, how to dial in an interview, how to cut tape, how to do everything. I mean, it's the same thing with TV. And I think that each place that you get to, which is the next step in your journey, your professional journey, to have all that stuff under your belt, you can appreciate then if people are helping you with that, you know who's doing what and how it gets done. And in Crunch, you can do it yourself. I mean, I really needed to learn everything because I didn't have a broadcasting or communications degree, and I learned on the job by, people who were kind enough to say, listen, you don't know what you're doing, here it is, and I'll walk you through it.
Yeah, although I think that the comm degree is a little bit of a useless degree, right? Like, if I'm going to hire talk show hosts for a network, I'd rather get a bunch of people that were lawyers or theologians or politicians or people that had like some sort of real life discipline that they can then bring into the studio, because I can teach you to do all the other stuff. I can't necessarily build your resume on some of the expertise that they're able to bring. Let me ask you about this specifically. Doing news from the nation's capital, which is not per se the news headquarters of the news HQ for the nation. What's it like? What's unique about your job in D.C. as opposed to not being based in New York?
Well, I will say, politics is so much at the center of our headlines these days. And really walking around D.C., you will actually, in McDonald's or wherever you are, run into members of Congress. You never know you're going to end up in an elevator with somebody and have a conversation, pick up a tidbit of news. You really are interacting with newsmakers all the time around here. I mean, they're just human beings out walking among you, and you can sometimes get really good tips by chasing them around Capitol Hill or whatever you can do. I say to people all the time now, I didn't ever think I'd use my law degree as much as I'm using it in this business, but because so many of these things are getting tied up in court battles over subpoenas and immigration policies and everything else, I'm really using that a lot too. So, for me, it's kind of the dream job, the combination of the best of all the different worlds. And so I just think D.C. is endless right now when it comes to headlines, and it's 24 hours a day.
Well, and the thing my next question is, how much different is it reporting news in a Trump administration era as opposed to what preceded it?
I actually just ran into another reporter from another outlet that I've known forever in the business, and he said, we'll take a nap when there's a different administration. It's not happening with this president because, listen, he's got tons of energy. He loves being out there on social media and engaging. Yeah. He keeps all kinds of hours day and night, doesn't need as much sleep as the average human being, I don't think. So we're always on our toes, and it's not like, oh, you're off Saturday and Sunday. No, you're watching because things break then, and you got to be constantly engaged.
No, I get it. Talk radio has had its best years in years because of him.
No doubt about it. And when we come right back, we will spend our final few minutes with Shannon Bream in the Ladies Lounge tonight. Glad to have you along with us. 888-340-3373 is our phone number. It is open as well. We've also got a couple of other stories to get to before we're done tonight. Nancy Pelosi said something. Well, she's just taken to now just lying to people that she's trying to convince to vote for the Democrats. I'm going to give evidence of that before we're done tonight, but that's all straight ahead. We are live from New York. If you're watching on Biz TV, it's a live shot of Fifth Avenue, and it is a gorgeous night in the Tri-State. Hope you're having a good one as well, wherever you are. Coming right back, it's Kevin McCullough. This is Radio Night Live.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
Every time you turn around, there's a new ad on the TV set. Bad drug, call this lawyer. Are you on this, that, or the other? And it's all the stuff they're promoting the year before. I've got stomach issues, regular arthritis people have my age, and I wanted to get better, Anything I can do that's healthy, that's natural, it makes sense. Tell Dr. Howard I really, really appreciate he made this stuff, because I'll tell you, it really makes a big difference. Everything seems to be better.
From now until May 10th, receive a 15% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. And just in time for Mother's Day, receive an extra $10 off any additional set of fruits and veggies you purchase. This offer will end on May 10th, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. What do you do for the 2 o'clock lull? You know that one part of the afternoon where you just feel like you're dragging and you need a little pick-me-up, but you don't want to put harmful energy drink in your body because they're not natural and they have too much caffeine and sugar and carbs in them for you to stay healthy? Well, what if I told you that there's a brand new one out that's loaded up with more absorbable CoQ10 and is caffeine-free, sugar-free, and carb-free. It's good for your joints. It's great for your heart. It'll hydrate you and energize you, or as we like to say, CoQ10ergize. Best of all, I've got a free sample waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go to this website, kmcfree.com. That's kmcfree.com. The first 100 people that go will get a free sample all to their own with free shipping.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
Every time you turn around, there's a new ad on the TV set. Bad drug, call this lawyer. Are you on this, that, or the other? And it's all the stuff they're promoting the year before. I've got stomach issues, regular arthritis people have my age, and I wanted to get better, you know. Anything I can do that's healthy, that's natural, it makes sense. Tell Dr. Howard I really, really appreciate he made this stuff, because I'll tell you, it really makes a big difference. Everything seems to be better.
From now until May 10th, receive a 15% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. And just in time for Mother's Day, receive an extra $10 off any additional set of fruits and veggies you purchase. This offer will end on May 10th, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. What do you do for the 2 o'clock lull? You know that one part of the afternoon where you just feel like you're dragging and you need a little pick-me-up, but you don't want to put harmful energy drink in your body because they're not natural and they have too much caffeine and sugar and carbs in them for you to stay healthy? Well, what if I told you that there's a brand new one out that's loaded up with more absorbable CoQ10 and is caffeine-free, sugar-free, and carb-free. It's good for your joints. It's great for your heart. It'll hydrate you and energize you, or as we like to say, CoQ10ergize. Best of all, I've got a free sample waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go to this website, kmcfree.com. That's kmcfree.com. The first 100 people that go will get a free sample all to their own with free shipping included. kmcfree.com. CoQ10ergy. Hydrate and CoQ10ergize the healthy way. More absorbable CoQ10, caffeine, sugar, and carb-free. And it's free to you.
Of all the boys, of all the boys, of all the boys, of all the boys.
There's just nothing cooler than looking at Times Square on a beautiful night, and we're so grateful to have you with us. Thank you for being here, Kevin McCullough. It is Radio Night live from New York, and my guest this hour in the Ladies Lounge has been the one, the only Shannon Bream, Finding the Bright Side, the name of the book. And again, if you, in fact, Shannon, one of the guys in studio said she does sound bubbly when we went to break a little while ago. That's just the way you're perceived. And I know that it was a choice to choose to write about much of what you wrote about in the book. A lot of it very, very hard. So I want to ask you this simple question as we kind of start wrapping up our time with you. Why was it important to you to write a book that dealt with helping people find the bright side?
Yeah, because I think every single one of us, as I said, is going to have really difficult things, whether it's getting fired or getting a horrible health diagnosis or losing someone that you love. I mean, there's pain in all of our lives. So for me, it's trying to find the purpose in that, the way that you grow through it. I mean, for me, I'm a Christian, and my faith is the most important thing for me. So it's been a comfort through the worst things, but also the time that I probably grow and mature the most when you really go through a struggle. And in perspective, you can look back in retrospect and see, there was something good that came through that. I became a better person, more empathetic, more compassionate, and now it's my turn to help someone else, to reach out to them when I can see they're struggling. And that's kind of the purpose of the book as well, just to be sort of a lifeline for people and be honest about the dark places that I've been, and hopefully in that encourage them.
Yeah, and like I said, Fran, if you're listening to this for the first time and you've seen Shannon's work, you've probably thought she's never encountered a bad day in her whole life because she's such just a source of joy. But and that's I have to say, Shannon, I mean, just dropping all pretense here completely. When you're in the midst of what you do best, which is talking on Fox News, and you're in an interview, or you're in with the guys from Fox and Friends, or almost any context I've ever witnessed, like there's always a wink and a smile, and how you may be even reporting things I don't know that maybe you disagree with, or maybe that sometimes are very important, but you find a way to make it so positive, and I think that doesn't happen by accident. What's some of the secrets in terms of how you choose to stay on that side of whatever you're discussing at any moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a good point using the word choice, because I do think we have choices with whatever we're facing, whether it's a professional or personal issue. And so my thing is, listen, I've been out with the book and meeting a lot of people, signing in person and that kind of thing. And the one thing I hear consistently from them is, we love watching your show because we don't really know where you are politically, but you give everybody a chance, and there's not screaming and craziness. And I'm like, that's my goal. I want people to be informed, but to feel like it's been a positive experience, not like they're walking away emotionally, hyped up, distraught, and thinking the world is ending. I mean, right. I think they're important conversations to have, and there are valid viewpoints across the spectrum, and that we need to show each other a little respect. And you don't have to agree. You should certainly hold on to your own core principles, but at least treat the other person like a human being and hear them out. So I think that there's value in that, and that's what we want to give our viewers.
You're about the fourth or fifth Fox host that I've interviewed in the last couple of years that has brought up publicly the fact that they are a faith-oriented person. And I think you've all put it in published writing and so forth as well. I get the feeling that that's probably not as much encouraged in other places. What's unique about where you work and your ability to kind of have that freedom to be who you naturally are?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it is probably because our audience is in that place. We hear from folks these are people who are working hard. They are salt of the earth. They're in church. They have faith or a house of worship for them. And so I think it's very much, we just kind of relate to the people who are engaged with us. I mean, I have people send me Bible verses or devotion books or share that, they've prayed for me about something. And I just find that really sweet and comforting and feel like, it's a really supportive thing. And I don't know. For me, it's the essence of who I am, so I would never hide that. And Fox has always been a place where we could openly discuss those kinds of things, and there doesn't seem to be an issue with anyone. I mean, there are a lot of people here at Fox who do have a strong faith and find it important in their life and are happy to share it publicly too.
Well, when Megyn Kelly walked away from Afternoons, I publicly advocated for you to get that job, but now that Harris has me on so often, I said you're killing it in the evenings, and she's killing it there, and just doing a great job, Shannon, and keep it up. And I love the strength of your witness, and I love the way you point people in the right way to try to see the bright side of things. As your book well says, Finding the Bright Side, The Art of Chasing What Matters. Shannon Bream is the author, and it's been endorsed by some of my favorites, Max Lucado, that Metaxas guy. You put his name on your book, Shannon. Here's the problem.
I did that as a favor to him because he's a struggling artist.
Here's the thing.
I wanted to lift him up.
But we within Salem, now we have to try to get in the same doorway with that guy, and that head is already so big, like it can barely get through there to begin with. Now you put him on your cover. Now, you just made our lives that much harder.
Just kidding, though, Shannon. Thanks again. Finding the Bright Side. Kevin McCullough coming right back live from New York.
Breakthrough, starring Chrissy Metz.
This is our town. It's a close-knit community, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone.
Text your mom and tell her where to pick you up.
Love you guys.
This Easter.
Boys, get off the ice!
He's been underwater for 15 minutes.
No one can survive that long.
We got him!
The odds were against her son.
We've done everything possible. He's had no pulse for over an hour.
Until his mother's prayer.
Please, God, send her Holy Spirit to save my son.
Proved the impossible.
We've got a pulse!
Now,
I don't believe John will survive the night.
You don't know my son. He is a fighter. So I need you to be the best, and you just let God do the rest.
Discover the incredible true story.
I'm your pastor. I'm supposed to walk alongside you for as long as it takes.
Of an extraordinary miracle.
Whatever you have for me or my son, I surrender.
Breakthrough. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters. For tickets and showtimes, go to BreakthroughMovie.com.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Did you know that if you do not currently have health insurance between now and December 15th, you've been given an opportunity to do something really powerful? That is to pick the best priced health insurance your family can afford, and to do so according to your budget. Now, you may be thinking, since Obamacare's penalty was done away with in the mandate, that there's no reason to shop your health insurance concerns. But friends, there are. You're likely paying for coverage you don't need. And how will you know unless you have it evaluated? That's where my friend Petru Amare at getbenefits.info will come in very handy. Because you won't pay him a dime, but he will check your health insurance coverage and let you know if you can do just as well for less money. Contact him today. Getbenefits.info. That's getbenefits.info. Getbenefits.info. Or call them at 312-588-9443. That's 312-588-9443. Hi, Kevin McCullough with great news from MyPillow. Right now, the most unbelievable offer to get you in a completely new sleep system at the lowest price possible. It's the bed topper from MyPillow, new and improved with patent-pending material that helps keep your body in Delta sleep, and the same great internal fill that helps your body stay as still and as restful as possible. But not only that, when you buy the bed topper from the MyPillow people right now, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows free. In addition, call right now, 800-506-2641, and use promo code KMC. You'll get 30% off the topper, and you'll get the 2 free pillows. That's 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, 1-800-506-2641, and get the bed topper with 2 standard MyPillows free. That's 1-800-506-2641, and use the promo code KMC. 800-506-2641.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
I think I told you I did physical labor basically my whole life, and I know that had to take a toll. I don't know, maybe there's a little arthritis in there or weakening of the knees. I tell you, the pills, I don't want to say I'm pain-free, but it's not uncomfortable at all anymore. I really notice a difference. I do. And the pills are, they're a piece of cake to take. I just throw 6 of them in my mouth, take a half a glass of water, whatever, and down they go.
From now until May 10th, receive a 15% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. And just in time for Mother's Day, receive an extra $10 off any additional set of fruits and veggies you purchase. This offer will end on May 10th, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KMC.
So glad you're with us. Welcome back to Radio Night Live. Kevin McCullough, thankful to have you here, and thankful to Shannon Bream. Again, the book, Finding the Bright Side, The Art of Chasing What Matters. Well worth the read. And it's very fast. You'll go through it in just a day or so. But very heartfelt, and another side to that bubbly face and personality that we get to see and enjoy on TV so often. All right, so we started out, by the way, the phone lines are open, 888-340-3373. We started out tonight with Gavin Newsom talking about his plan to basically import more abortions for the state of California. And if you're a Californian, I asked you how you feel about that. If you're just an American, I'm also interested in knowing what you think about that as well. But all of that happening in the first hour, and we'll still take your calls on that now if you wanted to weigh in, 888-340-3373. But I also wanted to get to something that Nancy Pelosi did this week because just yesterday she was addressing, I believe it was just yesterday, she was addressing the Democratic Party for the state of California. It happens to be the same state of California that Governor Gavin Newsom is the governor of.
And do we have her speech? Here's about 30 seconds of what she had to say to the gathered Democrats in Cali yesterday.
This week we heard directly from Special Counsel Mueller, his report. In his report, Special Counsel Mueller warned us in the starkest terms that there was an attack on our elections and an attack on our democracies itself. President Trump calls this a hoax. Why is it that the president won't defend our democracy from this foreign threat? What is the president covering up?
All right, so this is getting not just to be sad; it's getting to be comical. But I think that there's real evil intent behind it. Rewind that tape. I want folks to hear the entire cut one more time, and then I'm gonna go through it, and we're gonna count the number of untruths that are in just that 30 seconds of Nancy Pelosi. Take a listen.
This week we heard directly from Special Counsel Mueller, his report. In his report, Special Counsel Mueller warned us in the starkest terms that there was an attack on our elections and an attack on our democracies itself. President Trump calls this a hoax. Why is it that the president won't defend our democracy from this foreign threat? What is the president covering up?
All right, so there's a number of things there, and this is not, by the way, people that she's just addressing on the fly or in a news event or something. She's actually saying these things on purpose in a prepared speech to potential supporters of she and the party that she is representing for their coming presidential election. She's speaking at the California Democratic statewide convention, and so she says just there in that I counted 4, but some she repeated on more than one occasion. Number one, she called the U.S. a democracy. We've never been a democracy. This is a common thing that Democrats try to do. It's something that they try to use to undermine the Electoral College. They try to use this word to undermine the idea that any type of representative government should, in fact, be superior to straight-up democracy. They would prefer straight-up democracy, but flat democracies are just mob rule. That's all it is. The founders recognized that. They purposely didn't make the United States a democracy for that very reason. So she repeatedly, on 2 places, just in those 30 seconds, calls the U.S. a democracy. Secondly, she said that Mueller said that we were being attacked, and that President Trump called it a hoax. She couldn't be any further from the truth. Mueller did say that Russians tried to attack our election, but the president said the same thing. He didn't call the assumption that Russia tried to tap into and hack our election a hoax. You know who did? Barack Obama. Barack Obama said you'd have to be foolish to think that somebody like Russia would try to do anything to mess with our elections. He said it on more than one occasion. But the president, the current president, President Donald J. Trump, did not say that aspect of the investigation was a hoax. That what he was referring to when he said it was a hoax was anything that linked him having anything to do with it. And that part has been proven to be a hoax. That part has been now certified as hoax-worthy by all of the reports that have been turned in, not just Mueller's report, which does, but the IG's report in the original IG report for the Department of Justice, and the FISA reports, the warrants that those were built off of, the dossier. All of it was basically bought and paid for by Clinton and the opposition party. This was opposition research that was weaponized to basically spy on a presidential campaign at the behest of the powers in office. It is unthinkable what has transpired here. And it's one of the reasons why Attorney General Barr has to look into the origins of where it all came from. There's people that need to go to jail for this. But he never said that the Russians hacking us was a hoax. He didn't do it. So she said at least 2 lies in the opening sentence. She said that the president won't defend our nation from those attacks in the future. This is laughable. Our cybersecurity has been increased dramatically in the first 2 years of the Trump administration, and we are going to continue to refine those. Part of the reason that the Department of Justice and the Attorney General are so important and why we need to have a very robust person there is for this very reason. Some of the findings, and Lindsey Graham in the Senate and others in the House and the Senate have all made note of this, but this is something that we can't have. We can't allow our system of government to be able to be hacked. But you know who didn't give two cruds about whether or not our state secrets were hacked? A woman who had a server in her bathroom and had some 33,000 emails that were mysteriously bleach bit from her machine, and then all of the phones that were connected to those accounts were beaten with hammers. The not caring about the security of our nation's secrets was not a Republican thing, and it wasn't a Trump thing. It was a Democratic thing. Dianne Feinstein had a Chinese spy who worked for her for 30 years. Hillary Clinton allowed all of her private and confidential files to be compromised. Finally, she said, "What is the president covering up?" Come on, Nancy. He's not covered up anything. He has nothing to cover up. There was no there was no ability to obstruct the investigation because there was no crime committed. So stop lying, Nancy Pelosi. Just stop. Just stop. Coming right back. Final thoughts on this Saturday night.
Kevin McCullough, what do you do for the 2 o'clock lull? You know that part of the afternoon where you just feel like you're dragging and you need a little pick-me-up, but you don't want to put harmful energy drinks in your body because they're not natural and they have too much caffeine and sugar and carbs in them for you to stay healthy? Well, what if I told you that there's a brand new one out that's loaded up with more absorbable CoQ10 and is caffeine-free, sugar-free, and carb-free? It's good for your joints. It's great for your heart. It'll hydrate you and energize you, or as we like to say, CoQ10ergize. Best of all, I've got a free sample waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go to this website, kmcfree.com. That's kmcfree.com. The first 100 people that go will get a free sample all to their own with free shipping included. kmcfree.com. CoQ10ergy. Hydrate and CoQ10ergize the healthy way. More absorbable CoQ10, caffeine, sugar, and carb-free. And it's free to you.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Did you know that if you do not currently have health insurance between now and December 15th, you've been given an opportunity to do something really powerful? That is to pick the best priced health insurance your family can afford, and to do so according to your budget. Now, you may be thinking, since Obamacare's penalty was done away with in the mandate, that there's no reason to shop your health insurance concerns. But friends, there are. You're likely paying for coverage you don't need. And how will you know unless you have it evaluated? That's where my friend Petru Amare at getbenefits.info will come in very handy, because you won't pay him a dime, but he will check your health insurance coverage and let you know if you can do just as well for less money. Contact him today. Getbenefits.info. That's getbenefits.info. Getbenefits.info. Or call them at 312-588-9443. That's 312-588-9443. Hi, Kevin McCullough. Shopping for an engagement ring can be very stressful. You want a unique ring at a great price. The big jewelry stores try to sell you what they have in stock. Others try to upsell you till it's way over your budget. Disappointment inevitably sets in, and you end up settling for a ring that you're not totally satisfied with. Friends, that's why I urge every one of you, my friends, my listeners, even my family, to visit Lord's Diamonds and see my very good friend Anu. You see, Anu is different. She takes great pride in working with her client's budget, finding the right diamond, and creating a unique engagement ring that the bride cherishes forever. There is no comparison. Honesty, integrity, good Christian values. This is what Anu and Lord's Diamonds are all about. It's the height of wedding and engagement season. Don't settle. Buy a ring everyone will admire, and if you mention Kevin McCullough, you're going to get an additional $500 off the price of wedding bands. To set up an appointment, call 212-789-8500. That's 212-789-8500, or online at Lord's Diamonds.
I
So, Kevin McCullough, welcoming you back to Radio Night Live. Final few minutes. Beautiful shot of Lower Manhattan, which is my favorite part of the skyline. You see that World Freedom Tower there. I was just on Facebook during the break and saw a friend that posted this, saying my body, my choice is like saying my house and my rules. Still doesn't give you the right to kill anyone inside of it. That's well said, I think. 888-340-3373. And that's a phone number that will work during the week, even when I'm not on the air. You can leave me voicemail messages. I get them, and I listen to every single one of them. So thank you for those of you that are kind enough to give me your thoughts. And if you have not yet done it, we are still looking to help liberate 38 additional human slaves. Kev, human slaves? What are you talking about? I just turned the radio on. Okay, I get it. Every spring we do something that I hope is a game changer for the world. We want to make a difference in the world around us. We started on a journey a few weeks ago to try to liberate 82 slaves by the time the summer liberation trip can happen for Christian Solidarity International. This is the group that's working in northern Sudan to get South Sudanese slaves freed and returned home to their families. Well, thanks to your faithfulness and your encouragement so far, 4 of those lives have been rescued, and that leaves 38 to go of the 82 that we originally needed. It's $250 to free a slave, and here's how that works. $50 provides the vaccine that the slave master prefers to having the life of the slave, and then the $200 that's left over actually provides what's called the bag of hope, which is everything that the enslaved person will need to start their life over in South Sudan. Tarps, grain, seed, a she-goat to help provide food, gardening tools to use to help them live, fishing utensils to be able to catch some fish and do other things. But that bag of hope is really, really vital to what they need, and that's what the remaining $200, the $50 goes towards the cattle vaccine, the $200 provides the bag of hope, and then that slave is reunited with their family once they are able to be brought across the South Sudanese border. It's a really special process. You've heard me talking about it. 38 human beings right now, tonight, sit enslaved against their will that we can liberate. Their negotiations are already underway. Their owners are already willing to help us. All we have to do is provide that hope for each one of them. 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. Please call. If you want to give online, that's super easy, csi-usa.org. My picture's at the bottom of that homepage for CSI, and just click that little button that says donate right next to it, and then it'll take you right there and shouldn't be a problem. Hey, in the coming weeks, we've got some pretty cool people stopping by. Bridget Phetasy, a favorite around these parts, is being hit up by every major TV show these days. She's coming back. Georgie Borman from The Federalist will be here. Your relationship expert, Ashley Papa, will be checking in. This is wedding for her. And then Ruthie Kraft, a competitor on American Idol this last season, she's going to be stopping by. So it's going to be a fun few weeks. Hope you're able to join us every Saturday night live from New York and the Balance of Nature Studios. I'm Kevin McCullough. We'll see you next time. Hi, Kevin McCullough.